Leoty here. I wanted to share with you guys these awesome pieces of equipment that every home gym should have and put you through a good workout. Are you guys ready? We are going to start with an exercise ball. So if you don't have one, you guys, you need to get one because there's very few pieces of equipment that I use to stay in the best shape. You don't need a gym, as you guys all know. You don't need a lot of time, but you do need just a few pieces of equipment that's going to help you. A lot of the stuff is done with body weight. You don't need that much, and you can also modify. So if you don't have a ball, you can use a bench. There's always things you can do, but why not make your life easier with some key pieces of equipment? So I'm going to take you through some booty work using the ball, and we are going to also do some core, and then we're going to finish up with a little bit of a gentle relaxation to kind of ease that lower back pain, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to start with working the booty. Okay, so take that ball, and you're going to place your feet right on top. All right, so why I love using the exercise ball versus just a bench is that with the bench, there's no rolling. So you don't have to focus on keeping your core tight. But with this, you're using your core to make sure that the ball doesn't roll away. So you're really getting like a double workout. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Place those feet on the ball, lower yourself down on the mat, and we're gonna start by lifting those glutes up towards the sky, okay? So core is tight and engaged, glutes are strong and tight. So just right here, you're gonna feel how you're feeling it in your glutes, you're feeling it in your hamstrings, you're also feeling it in your calves, and especially in that core, having to keep this ball straight. So holding here, glutes are on fire, lift those hips up towards the sky. So you're really, really lifting up. Now from here, you're gonna roll that ball in towards your glutes, okay? So now we're getting that hamstring curl. So rather than using that hamstring machine at the gym, we're doing the same thing here. This is just as effective, but using the ball. So you're gonna bring that ball in towards your glutes. The key is to keep those glutes up. So you don't want those glutes to fall down towards the mat. That defeats the whole purpose. So keep those glutes up towards the sky, extend those feet out, and then roll the ball in towards your glutes. Squeeze and engage. And if you're squeezing enough, you're gonna also feel it in those inner thighs. So from right here, you're getting the full lower body workout. Slow, strong, and stable. So a lot of people like to go through these exercises really fast, but I'm really big on being mindful. So the more mindful that you can be with these exercises, slow and controlled, and really focus on the exercise or the body part that we're working, the more effective that they're gonna be. And when you're more mindful and effective, then that's how you can get away with doing less in a shorter amount of time, okay? So as we're doing these things, I encourage you to just try to dig into the body part that we're working and focus on the entire body, okay? So let's do a few more, and then we're gonna work into some other exercises. All right, so taking it back down to the mat right here. So lifting up those glutes, start here always. Stability, strong, entire line from head to toes are engaged, okay? So we're not just working the booty here. Like I said, it's the entire body. So be mindful, check yourself. Glutes are tight, core is tight, quads are tight and engaged, toes are pointed, everything's really strong. So from here, 5 more, we're gonna bring that exercise ball in towards your glutes, squeeze, and if you're squeezing enough, you should be feeling it in your inner thighs. If you're not, then you're not squeezing enough and you're not being mindful. So extend the ball out, keep the glutes up, let's get 4 more, bring the ball in, squeeze, whoo! Feeling those in the inner thighs for sure. All right, 3 more. Roll it in. Here's 3. Good. Take it down. 2 more. Keep the glutes up. Keep the glutes tight, rather. Keep the hips up. Extend. Last one. Roll that ball in. Squeeze, 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 and slowly release. Good job. All right, from right here, we're going to work into some abs. So we're going to go back and forth between doing glutes and then doing some core. So now bring your hands behind your neck. We're gonna start with 10 crunches. So using the ball, again, for the stability, legs are elevated, hands are behind your neck, coming up for 10, squeeze the core. So you're using your core to guide you up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, head should be light in those fingers, everything's in that core, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, Last one, and 10. Squeeze and hold. Release. Great job. Okay, now we're gonna get into lifting up those glutes. We're gonna challenge you a little bit. So using that ball to really kind of engage that core, making sure that you keep the ball stable. We're gonna lift that right toe up towards the sky, keep the glutes tight, and release that left toe down. Right toe up towards the sky, release the right foot down. Keep everything tight, slow and steady. Remember, that is our game here. We're not trying to go for speed. It's slow and steady, great form with every lift. Point the toes. So envision your legs are elongating, getting leaner with every lift. So glutes are on fire, legs are toned and tight. Good. So let's get 5 more marches. Here's 1, lift the glutes. 2, good. 3, 4, don't forget to breathe. 5, good. 6, 7, 8, keep the hips lifted. 9, we're almost there. Last one, keep them lifted. 1 and 2, great job. Lower back down. All right, hands come behind the head again. We're gonna get into some core. So from right here, we're gonna bring that left knee in towards your right elbow and release. Now left elbow, right knee. So we're gonna rotate. So left knee, right elbow, rotate. So this is a modified bicycle, but we're going slow and steady, really rotating those obliques. Breathe as the elbow meets the knee. So we're gonna get 10 of these, 10 more for 1. Good. 2. Everything's strong and tight. Notice how my toes are pointed. So you're really being mindful with every movement. Good. Building strength, flexibility, and a beautiful little workout here that doesn't take you very long. Keep it going. Let's get 5 more. 5. Good. 4. Good. 3. And 2. 2. Last one. Point and point. Good. Release those hands down. And you're going to grab the ball here with your legs. So this one is awesome for your lower abs. We're always trying to kind of target the lower abs. Now, mind you, you can't target a certain area. Like you can't spot reduce, but there are certain things that you can do to build that muscle and that strength. So this is one of my absolute favorites, working the lower abs and also the inner thighs, because we're gonna hug this ball like this, okay? Now, inner thighs and lower abs. We're gonna hug this ball. I know you guys are probably thinking, what size ball, right? This is a 65 centimeter. That's like typically like a good size. If you're somebody around my height, I'm about 5'5". So if you're under 6 feet, this is a really good height or a good size. All right, so I'm gonna hug the ball here, and we're gonna do reach throughs. So you're gonna take that ball, you're gonna grab it with your hands, you're gonna lower your legs down. Notice how my toes are pointed. So you're gonna point the toes, elongate the legs, and then we're gonna bring that ball to meet those legs, and then bring the arms up overhead. Don't let the ball touch the ground. So right when it's hovering just above the ground, now we're gonna come back and repeat this for 10. Slow and steady, you guys, okay? So we're not using momentum. You're just gonna go super slow, controlled, and focus on that mind-muscle connection. Vision that body that you wanna have. What does it look like in 2020? What do your abs look like? What do your legs look like? What does your core look like? What are your arms, shoulders? What does it look like? Envision that with every single rep, because you've got to know what you want before you get it, okay? So I want you to keep that mind, knowing exactly what you want. Keep your eye on the prize. Maybe the next, 6 weeks before 2020, you start to really envision what you want, and then you're going to open the door to invite exactly that into your life. Here we go. Come on, let's get 4 more. Here's 4. You can do this. Last 3, take it down, and 2, good, last 1, here we go, take it down, and 1 more, all the way up. You feel it in the inner thighs and the lower abs, woo! All right, now, using the ball, we're almost done, you guys, with the booty and the abs. I want you to extend those feet out, and then bring that ball in. So extend, point the toes, ball in, good, extend, Don't forget to breathe. So as you're releasing, inhale. As you bring those knees in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Last 2, 1. Last 1, extend and in. Good. All right, lower that ball down. 1 more booty workout, booty exercise. Okay, we're gonna get into some pulses. Hip thrust with pulses. So keep the feet on the ball. We're gonna lift those hips up towards the sky. We're gonna hold here and take the glutes back down towards the back. We're gonna lift those glutes up. We're gonna get 10 just like this. Slow and steady, just like this. Get 9, squeeze the glutes, everything's tight. Notice how you really have to focus on keeping that ball in alignment, otherwise it's gonna roll away from you. So that means you gotta focus on keeping the core tight. Everything stems from that core. Take it down, lifting it up. Good, feel that burn. Release, let's get 5 more. 5, good. Down, 4, take it down. Here's 3, squeeze, last 2, strongest squeezes of the day. Here's 1, take it down, last 1, exhale and squeeze, release. All right, now we're gonna get into some pulses. So pulses are killer, my friends. They're those tiny little movements that you're just focusing on that little tiny micro movement that makes those muscles scream, all right? So tiny little movements. So it's not gonna look like I'm doing a lot, but trust me, these are super effective and they're also great for building that detail. So I'm all about building detail. I like to have the round muscle bellies, but at the same time, I'm not really for the bulk. I like to have the detail. So this is how you build that detail. It's really just those micro movements and incorporating pulses into your workouts. Okay, so here we go, hitting those pulses. So you're gonna lift those glutes up towards the sky. Everything's strong, see this. Now you're gonna come down and you're gonna shift up. So these are hip thrust pulse. We're gonna get 20. So 1, 2, squeeze, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Squeeze it out and release. Woo! All right, so you're feeling it in the booty and you might be feeling it in the lower back, totally normal. And that's why we're gonna finish with a nice little lower back stretch with 2 more pieces of equipment that are essentials in my gym. One being these yoga blocks. I use a Kui Legend. They're great because they're not too thick. So these are great. I use these for some of my yoga moves, for stretching, and I'm gonna show you some of those right now. And then another one of my essentials, whether you're doing yoga at home or you're doing it at a studio, I love this yoga mat because it's got these cool little pockets. So you can place your yoga mat right inside. So I don't know if you're a yogi, you know what I'm talking about. When you're doing your yoga and then your mat starts to kind of crumple and you've got to disturb your practice by ironing everything back out. So I found this one and this is awesome because it keeps everything nice and tidy. Okay, so I'm gonna use this mat and we are going to get into a nice little stretch, all right? Here we go. So now we're gonna stretch out that lower back. Again, you know, working at a desk all day, hunched over, doing your exercises, just daily life, lifting boxes, taking groceries in, our back tends to get really tight. So these are just some simple exercises that you can do to relieve any of that lower back pain. All right, first we're gonna start with a low lunge. So taking those yoga blocks, and I like to use these just, especially if you're not super flexible, they're great to kind of help guide you deeper and deeper into your stretches, into your postures. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them upwards like this, so they're tall. Now we're gonna start into a downward facing dog, okay? So we're gonna start here, downward facing dog, kicking back into those heels. You can even start by just placing your hands on the mat for that initial nice stretch. So kicking back in those heels, maybe pedal them out. All right, so from right here, I'm gonna bring that right toe up towards the sky. We're gonna get into a low lunge. Bring that knee in towards your chest. Plant that foot in between your shoulders, your hands. Now from right here, this is where I'm gonna grab those blocks. Because not everyone is as flexible, but if you grab these blocks, then you can guide yourself up into this nice low lunge. So I'm right here, keeping that chest lifted. Breathing into this. Great for the hamstrings, especially after doing those hamstring curls off the ball. So sit deep into that low lunge and breathe. So with every breath, maybe you can sit just a little bit deeper, and you'll notice that as you continue to stretch, you'll be able to go from here to then now lowering these blocks to here. So you can kind of play with it depending on where you are in your journey, where you are in any given day, right? Some days are more flexible than others. All right, so now we're gonna take it back into that downward facing dog. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. So now lift that left toe up towards the sky. Feel that nice stretch in the upper body, the back of the right leg. Knee in towards your chest. Plant that foot. Again, here coming into that nice low lunge. So don't forget to breathe. The power of the breath is magical, especially when you're stretching. Any time of day, but especially when you're stretching, just breathe into any tension that you may be feeling. Just lower down here. Good. All right, so before we come down to the ground, I always like to realign, come back into a downward facing dog, pedal out those feet. Grab those blocks, holding here in a nice tight plank. Holding here for 3, cores engaged, 2, and 1. Dropping down to those knees. I like to just kind of hold the blocks here. Now sitting back down into a nice cat stretch. We didn't do a lot of upper body work, but when you're stretching out the upper body, this is just a great way to stretch it out. Open up the knees. If you'd like to come down just a little bit lower, extend those arms out, forehead to mat. Nice. All right, now we're gonna finish it with some of my absolute favorites. So I just find that we're always like on the go, right? We're always like going, grinding. And so it's really hard. It's kind of ironic, but it's really hard for us to slow down. It's almost like that should be our challenge for 2020 is how can we slow down more? And this exercise, or this stretch rather, really kind of just allows you to just like slow down, to breathe, and it's just so good for that lower back, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I do this. What I'll do is we'll start with just taking one block right on the glutes. So it's not directly on my back, it's right here, my lower back, upper glutes. I'm gonna extend those legs out, slowly lower down. So here's the first one, okay? So we're just gonna start here. Oh, I already felt like a little bit of a nice crack. This should just feel really good to take any pressure out. Let those legs just lie straight. Shoulders are on the mat, hands are facing up. Close your eyes and breathe. Now the one thing with these stretches is that you really wanna hold them. So you wanna hold them for 45 seconds to a minute. If you can challenge yourself to hold it for the full minute, that's even better. So this is layer 1. When you're ready, layer 2, you can take that mat. So I had it here, and now I'm gonna bring it here. So it gives me a little bit more of a lift. Oh my gosh, this feels so good, you guys. All right, so stretch it out. Again, the block is here. It's not all the way up on my back. That's actually very painful. So you wanna make sure it's on those upper glutes, just resting, taking all that tension out. Now from right here, now just relax. Oh my gosh, feels so good. Everyone needs to do this. Okay, and just breathe. It's really nice when you can just put on some gentle music and just relax. All right, great job. Now, next one that I like to do is I'm gonna grab the other one. So I'm gonna place the same block down here like I had, and then I'm gonna put one up a little bit higher. All right, so we've got one here on the lower back, and then we've got this one on the upper back. All right, now this is magical, all right? So whether you're doing the block here or here, this just helps kind of give a little bit of some, allows your upper back to just fall out. And you can open up your arms, so you see how I'm lifting my arms up here. Now I'm getting that nice upper chest stretch. So this is really good just to let everything just kind of relax and breathe into it. So this is one of my absolute favorites. Few more. Now bring that knee in towards your chest and just stretch it out. And release. Slow release, you guys. Any of these movements that we did today are meant to be done slow and controlled. Bring that knee in towards your chest. And release. Good. One more time. Knee in towards your chest. And release. Last one. Bring that knee in and breathe. And we're going to finish here in a nice Savasana. So whether you're here or you have the block a little bit lower, and just breathe. Now, anytime that you're getting off of the blocks, I do encourage you to move to the side. So rather than just trying to jump right up, you want to just kind of gently roll to the side and then guide yourself up to a nice seat. Don't you just feel good? So I always like to finish it with a gentle little like stretch or use the blocks. Just feels really, really good. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you real soon.